Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Inside Guns with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. Today I want to take some time and address some serious allegations that have been leveled against me over on Instagram. Now before I do that though, I want to make a little announcement here. I want to apologize for reposting a video earlier today. I reposted a video that I posted yesterday, and the reason I did that is because I realized I posted the wrong version yesterday. I posted an early version before I added the blurbs at the beginning and the special effects to make it actually look like a film strip. So I went back today and deleted the old one and posted the new one. I tried not to, but my OCD got the best of me. I couldn't handle it. I was trying to tell myself it's not that important, but I'm like, it's not the way I intended it to be. So I had to repost it. Sorry, if you already saw it, you don't have to watch it again. You're not going to miss much, just some special effects. If you haven't seen it yet, feel free to go watch it. I spent a lot of time, actually I think the link's over here. I spent a lot of time on that. Those things take me several hours. I'm not good at this animation stuff. So that video took me like 7 or 8 hours of work. You know, doing the AI voices, all that other stuff. Much harder and longer than it takes. They're much harder to make and it takes much longer than these regular videos. Harder and longer. I just shouldn't have just said that out of the blue, should I? Especially not at my age, because nobody's going to buy that. But like I said, if you haven't seen it yet, I'll put a link in the upper corner of the video here. You can go see it. But if you've already seen it, you're not going to miss much if you don't see the new version of it. With that being said, I want to address the allegations that were made against me on Instagram. And no, I'm not talking about the whole thing where I jumped on some people last week for calling people pedophiles just because they don't agree with them on some things. And that was something I don't really care that much about. That was mostly bots and children, etc. I don't care about that. It's not a serious allegation because, you know, they just make it out of the blue. It's like when the left calls people racist. When the right wing calls you a pedophile, just means you didn't agree with them on something. Now, we are going to be talking to someone that made one of those claims tonight in my live chat. So if you want to see that, if you want to see an episode of Spank the Yank, come to our live chat, 6 p.m. Pacific tonight. They're scheduled to show up. Hopefully they will. But we hold live chats every night, 6 p.m., except Monday and Wednesday when they're at 5 p.m. So if you want to come and you want to see tonight's, which is going to be a Spank the Yank episode, come on in and watch. But the allegation I'm talking about has nothing to do with that. It seems I posted some stuff about racism that really attracted some far left individuals that came to my videos and went, yeah, good for you for saying that. But then they saw that I was pro-gun. They saw some of my other posts about firearms and freedom, etc. And they flipped out. They started calling me a baby killer and how I don't care about babies being murdered and young people being murdered. They're like, you're probably anti-abortion, but you're pro-killing babies with guns. You know, that kind of stuff. You know, you can't be pro-gun and not be anti-murder, I guess, is in their mind. But that's actually backwards. That's the weakness in their argument. These people that are anti-gun and act like if you're pro-gun, you're somehow pro-murder. That's the whole point they miss, is people like me who are pro-gun, we're anti-murder. We don't care how someone gets killed. We think it's a tragedy when anyone innocent loses their life. We don't put a lot of emphasis on how they lose their life. Nowadays, if 30 people are killed in a fire over here because someone threw a Molotov cocktail through a window of a bar, which actually happened recently and killed a bunch of people. If that happens, it's not that big a deal. But if 2 people get shot, it's national news. Because it matters because they were killed by a gun and there's a political agenda behind that. They ignore all the other people that die every day, the far greater number of people that die every day. Or people in other countries that die because they don't have guns. And the warlords and the leaders do. They ignore that because they're not anti-murder. They're anti-gun. It's the people that are anti-gun that really don't care about murder because they don't care when people are killed with knives. Like if a crazy person goes into a school and kills 10 children, that's the worst thing in the world. And it is. It's horrible. But if someone goes into a daycare with a machete and kills 20 children, they don't care. They might give it a little blurb, you know, like a little byline at the bottom of a story or something. But they don't make a big deal out of it. People that are not tied up in the political side of the whole pro-gun, anti-gun thing, They care about actual lives. They don't hope that people are killed by guns like the anti-gunners do. Every day they spend their life hoping. Hope there's a big shooting today so I can further my political agenda. Pro-gun people don't do that. We go, I hope no one gets killed today with nothing who didn't deserve it. We're anti-murder. That's one of the reasons we like guns, because it helps people not be the victim of murderers. It's a great equalizer. It makes little old ladies, small, frail people, anyone who is somehow at a disadvantage physically, it makes them capable of not being a victim by default. So it's not being pro-gun that makes you pro-murder. It's being anti-gun that makes you more pro-murder. Because like I said, I've never seen anyone cheer for people to get killed more than people that are anti-gun. They want to see mass shootings. They want to make money off of it. Blueberg and all Gibbards, whatever her name is, Giffords. They love it. It puts money in their pockets. It gives them political power. They pray for it. Pro-gun people don't do that. And we also don't demonize other things. See, the big difference between when a pro-gun person and an anti-gun person sees a tragedy, like if 50 people are run over by a truck and killed, we don't go, oh, it's a shame they didn't use a gun. We go, oh, it's a shame those people were killed. That's a tragedy. The anti-gunners see the tragedy as, they used the wrong tool. I can't gloat and use this to further my agenda. So don't come at me with that fucking, if you're pro-gun, you're pro-murder, and you don't care about children. I care about children in the proper way. Just to be clear about that. But you're the ones that don't. You anti-gunners. Because you don't even think about how many times families defend themselves and their children with their firearms. You look at how many people, this many people were killed with guns, and you don't even bother to look at the fact that most of them were suicides. And then after that, most of them were family disputes, or where they would have killed them one way or the other, or they're gang related. You don't even pay attention to any of that, because all you care about is the tool and furthering your anti-gun agenda, because you've been brainwashed into thinking that's part of your identity. That's your major concern. The fact that you're anti-gun makes you a good person. It doesn't. It makes you an idiot more than anything else, because you focus on the tool. When someone runs over people with a truck, you don't focus on the truck and try to get rid of the truck. When someone flies a plane into a building, you don't try to get rid of planes. You don't demonize planes. You demonize the people who did it, and you try to understand why they did it, and you try to eliminate those root causes of why people do heinous things. But anti-gunners, they just focus on the tool. They don't care about the lives. The lives are collateral. The lives are, necessary sacrifices to further their agenda. They're pro-murder because, like I said, they sit around all the time hoping for it to happen. I've never seen pro-gun people do that, hoping for innocent people to be killed. We don't sit around going, boy, I hope tomorrow a dozen people get killed by a guy with a knife so that we can look and go, oh, look, he didn't use a gun. We don't hope for that. Period. We'd rather just no one get killed. We would rather look at a situation where a guy with a knife tried to kill a bunch of people and someone shot him in the face and stopped the bad guy. Then we'd be like, look at that. Bad guy tried to do something, got stopped. We like that. Because we are anti-murder. People that like firearms and like freedom, they usually also are respectful people. Now, there's the exceptions, There's the, we need to rebel and kill all the liberals, those guys. But they're such a tiny little loud minority that live in their mother's basements and dress up in fatigues and go hang out at, gay pride rallies and stuff. They're insignificant. So don't come at me with that crap, because it's bullshit. And it shows how you don't think things through. You don't have a mind of your own. You are pro-murder because, like I said, you support the people who want it to happen because it's profitable for them and it furthers their agenda. So if anyone doesn't actually care, it's the people who focus on the tool instead of the crime.